the first film, creature effects that were designed at the time were mind-blowing.
Jim took it to another level. He made a sequel instead of a haunted house movie. He made a science fiction war movie. It brought science fiction to a new level.
I think the alien creature is, and always was, something very unique, very insectoid, very different, but it still had human proportions, which made it creepy.
The first film, you've got a really great life cycle of egg, facehugger, chestburster, final xenomorph. But the question always lingered is, where did the eggs come from?
I remember the day Jim came into the shop and he had sketches that he had done. And he had a whole image of the Queen fighting, a preliminary idea of the power loader. You know, this is taking that mythology and expanding it.
It was really a matter of just how to achieve it, because in 1984, 85, when we were building that, when it came out in 86, these techniques and this size and scope of it were very unique and hadn't been done.
We decided to work with Legacy Effects on the Queen Alien because they worked on the movie. They were the artists that created the Queen.
Shane and I wanted to make sure that it was true to what we had done before. We were looking at frame grabs from the film, but we needed to also make this piece stand alone.
We came at this piece with an idea. What would be the best scenario to put the Queen in? Of course, it would be the egg chamber. That's when you first see her, the first reveal.
We went and we scanned the pieces that we had left from the original 1/4 scale maquette. So we had a 3D asset of where we were on the head and part of the torso and the bigger arms, but we didn't have the tail, we didn't have the legs. So then we started diving in the process of recreating all of that.
Very little exists of the full-size Queen. You know, I could replicate it from memory. So I could go back in and say, this is the shape it needs to be, this is why these were constructed in such a way they were. So I feel that this is the most authentic reproduction of the Queen from the film that's ever been done. I was a fan, as we all were, of the first Alien. I remember seeing it when I was 15. 7 years later, I found myself with the Stan Winston team in London working on the Queen. The fan element is not dead. It burns like molten lava in all of us.
Our love and our history and having been hands-on building it and then having an opportunity to do it again, I hope that labor of love comes through to the collectors. We wanted to make sure that this piece really reflected the Queen from the movie.
It's been an awesome involvement working with them and getting to see how they bring this piece back to life so many years later.
John and I are able to supervise a younger generation and a different work system to kind of create a definitive Queen Alien piece for collectors, because it really is one-to-one from 1986 to today.
I'd like to say it's the ultimate Queen Alien statue.
We were very hands-on to kind of get it just right, just to do it justice.
Having worked on this movie, it's an honor to have another run at it and to do something creative with it. So we're definitely making this for the fans.